That's how I feel about this. When you're trying to enforce your own ideology on other people and you have no tolerance for anybody with a differing opinion, particularly journalists, that is fascism. It's so ironic to call yourself an anti-fascist when you're literally enforcing your own particular ideology to the point of violence, and you're wearing masks and you're running around hitting people and pretending that you're being inundated with Nazis and white supremacists and that this is all necessary.
The Communist International was the first to use the term broadly because it found the Italian term was very useful as a pejorative or a stigmatizer, as a term of abuse, because it meant something which was violent and authoritarian, apparently for most people really quite bad, and therefore was something to apply to enemies. But the communist propagandists were very lackadaisical in the way they applied it. Everyone was a fascist. This was the era in the 1920s, the early 30s, of hybrid fascism, hyphenate fascism, so that socialists who were not communists were denounced as social fascists, liberals who were anti-communist were denounced as liberal fascists, conservatives who were anti-communist were denounced as conservative fascists. Therefore, from the point of view of the Communist International, everyone else was a quasi-fascist or tending to fascism. The use of fascism as a term of propaganda abuse by the communists in the 20s and early 30s was so broad and so loose, a means merely of stigmatizing opponents, that it had no meaning.
Fascism is particularly problematic because, as you've pointed out, Kevin, it's commonly used both colloquially and journalistically as an expletive boo word, hate word, to delegitimize a perceived enemy, opponent, family members, in the case of some families, who seem to be displaying authoritarianism or fanaticism. And the very popularity of the term erodes its forensic value for analysis and historical debate. This delegitimizing function has also entered the arena of serious political debates and stands off between politicians and nations, where it's bandied about like a verbal missile.
Vou começar aqui com a definição rápida do que é fascismo. Talvez a definição mais usada e aceita na academia seja do professor Roger Griffin, aqui, ó, logo no início do capítulo 2. O fascismo é um gênero de ideologia política cujo núcleo mítico, em suas diversas permutações, é uma forma palingenética de ultranacionalismo populista.